Today I'm doing another novel versus adaptation, this time for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Just like Sorcerer's Stone, it's a pretty faithful adaptation of the book, with most of the changes made to cut it for time, which is strange to say since it comes in at well over 2.5 hours. But watching the movie after you read the book, you can see where all of the extraneous scenes were cut as it jumps right into the action. A scene that's in the book, but not in the theatrical cut of the film, but you can find it in ABC Family's, or shall I now say, Freeform's extended cut, is when Harry first takes flu powder and ends up in Borgin and Burke's instead of Diagon Alley. He sees Lucius Malfoy for the very first time, and Lucius is there selling a long list of dark magic items that he needs to get rid of because the Ministry of Magic is leading a whole bunch of raids into wizards' homes looking for dark magic items, and it's led by Arthur Weasley. One detail not emphasized in the movie is the reason why Filch's cat was targeted. It's because Filch is a squib. Squib is basically the magical version of a muggle-born. It's when a non-magical person is born into a wizard family. Harry discovers this when he's in Filch's office and he sees an application for some magical correspondence courses that Filch is sending away for. So it explains Filch's utter hate for the children. They can do something that he can't. And it also explains all of the victims of basilisks. The first victim was the cat of a squib, and all the rest of the victims were muggle-born. A funny scene that is in the book, but not in the film, is how Harry discovers how to work Tom Riddle's diary. He had it for days, and even though it was empty, he couldn't bring himself to get rid of it because he felt like he might have known Tom Riddle personally for some reason. Then, Professor Lockhart decides that, after all these attacks on the students, the school needed a morale booster, so he decorates it for Valentine's Day and has a whole bunch of dwarves come in dressed as cupids, and they go around passing out the Valentines to the students throughout the day, even interrupts classes. One dwarf accosts Harry in the crowded hallway and begins to sing a very embarrassing Valentine to Harry. And when Harry tries to get away, the dwarf sort of, grabs hold of him, catches him, holds him there to finish singing his song, and Harry's book bag rips and breaks. All of his stuff spills everywhere, and his ink spills all over everything. But the diary remains clear, as if no ink touched it at all. So he takes it back to his room, he experiments with dropping ink blots onto it that disappears, and after that he writes in the book, and then the book starts to write back. This film was so faithful, a lot of the dialogue was word for word. The main difference was in the climax scene. So in the book, the Chamber of Secrets is very dark and is pretty much lit only by Harry's wand. In the movie, it's brightly lit by an unknown light source since the magical world does not have electricity. And also, Slytherin's statue is just his head, whereas in the book it's full body statue, really tall up to the top of the cavern, and Ginny's body is sort of lying between the feet. Also, in the movie, when Harry is running from the basilisk, he runs all throughout the chamber and through the pipes, and it sort of, takes him all over. Whereas in the book, he pretty much stays in the same spot, and it's just Tom Riddle, screaming to the basilisk, who is now blind, to use his nose and find Harry and kill him like 4 or 5 times. There's like paragraphs of him yelling at the snake. So this is a lot more action oriented in the movie. And also finally, Fox. Spock saves Harry with his tears in the book. He heals his wound before Harry kills the memory of Tom Riddle in the diary. But in the book, they made it the very last thing, I guess, to sort of, not to smush up the climactic moments. Overall, a good adaptation. Which do I prefer, the novel or the film? I gotta say, it's the same as with The Sorcerer's Stone, and it's a tie. Because they're pretty much, the novel and the film are pretty much the same. I like them both the same. So which do you prefer, the novel or the adaptation? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, sharing is caring. Share this video with all of your friends and enemies. Gotta go. See you in a second.